Today on the channel, we're unboxing and reviewing two Power Rangers Turbo Megazords. Let's go! Now the thing about this is, I got this lot on eBay and I won it in an auction, and it was for cancer research as well, so all the money from that goes to the charity, which is Cancer Research UK, so really good cause. Okay, lots of packing material, always good to see. First thing in here we have is part of Artillatron. Now this is an awesome Turbo Zord that didn't really feature too much in the show, apart from being the Turbo Rescue Zord's main carrier. Really cool, so let's take a look inside. As you can see, we don't have the Rescue Zords in this set, but we do have the regular Turbo Megazords, or the Turbo Zords inside, so really nice. We'll go into a little bit more detail and open these up a bit better afterwards. Let's carry on pulling everything out of the box and we'll take a better look afterwards. Okay, so we have the headpiece for Artillatron here. The condition of this is what attracted me first to this auction, so I mean, other than being Artillatron that I really wanted to have in my collection. So awesome stuff, we'll set that down. We have the final big piece of Artillatron in here. It's basically the main base for Artillatron, which everything else stacks up on top. We have the instructions here for Artillatron, really nice. I do have the Rescue Zords in another lot that I bought, so stay tuned for that in the future. So for now, let's get rid of all this packaging. Time to take a better look at Artillatron. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've got them set up a little bit better now, configured where they're all open up and ready to deploy the Rescue Zords, apart from the fact that I don't have the Rescue Zords here to display in this video, but that will come in a future video. But we do have the regular Turbo Zords, so we can use them in place for the moment, pretending that they're the Rescue Zords. Now the Rangers Zords will be the same colours in each of these compartments or bays that Artillatron has. Now the awesome thing is, like I said, about this Artillatron that I bought, it does actually have the original stickers all on each of the parts. I think there are maybe a couple of little missing ones off of the back, but that is not really a big deal for me. The main thing is it's got all of the front stickers, which actually look really nice and clean. There is a little bit of cleaning up to do in terms of, like, there's some little residue from some stickers or something that someone had on here at one point. Like, some of the little stickers that came off, but overall really nice condition. So bays 2 and 4, so we'd have in bay 2 would be the Blue Ranger Zord, in bay 4 would be the Yellow Rangers. Lock in place into the bottom section. Move the Red Ranger Zord out of the way. We can fit into bays 5 and 3 the Pink Rangers and the Green Rangers. Lock them into place. You would have the Red Rangers, and that would fit nicely in there. So, as you can see, we have Artillatron all set up here. I can just about fit most of him in camera shots, so that's very nice. I'm happy about that. There we go. And taking a look at Artillatron's design, it's very simple, but I really like the overall aesthetic and design of it. It's very much, you know, robotic, kind of old sci-fi kind of feel to it, with these awesome kind of Gatling gun, machine gun kind of weapons on the side. Lift up the goggles and it reveals this little green visor, so really nice. You can close that back down. if you need to afterwards. But yeah, a cool look. But yeah, pretty cool. And kind of go down as well. I guess maybe you could use it as like a blast shield kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah, when he's racing along, you'll look out of this window anyway as well, which is pretty nice. I like it just like this as well. It doesn't even really need this up, but it's necessary for the full transformation anyway. But yeah, and in the show, both of these weapons would come off of the side. The rescue Megazord would be able to hold these massive weapons. In the show, the real main use of Artillatron, and only use, is to give it a bit more weaponry onto the rescue Megazord, and also to store the actual rescue Zords inside. It didn't really get much use apart from that in the show, which is kind of a shame. I wish we could have seen Artillatron itself, because we see it in this kind of Megazord slash Sentry mode. It would have been actually cool to see it, you know, moving about and fighting, you know, just as it is. But it's a really cool Megazord. So there's Artillatron from the back. As you can see, we've got this really nice sticker here, still on there. Super clean as well, no real yellowing or anything. And the wheels are a little bit squeaky, but you know, what can you expect? Have this kind of little grabber slash claw piece here that opens and closes. So yeah, if we quickly, in the show, it would be moving along, and then these parts would kind of just slide in front like that, and then it would sort of just move along, kind of like a big train or truck or something, moving along like so, and then it would stop and deploy all of the different rescue Zords from inside. And they'll just kind of deploy like so. And once they've all deployed, yeah, once all of them are deployed, it would kind of just retract back up like so. After it's deployed all the Zords, it basically just sits there as kind of like a mobile base, I guess, and basically just sits there until the weaponry is needed, and after that just stores the Zords away safely, ready for the next battle. Let's just take a very nice close look at Artillatron. Panels, very nice condition. I'm really impressed with how well this was kept. You know, it must have been kept by a collector like myself, and yeah, very happy. But yeah, like I said, in some places there are some stickers that have came off over time, but apart from that, it's looking really nice all the way down there. The wheels are nice and clean. All of these nice stickers looking great. There we have the Phantom Ranger's Megazord. So let's just put Artillatron to the side for a minute and take a look at the Turbo Zords. Okay, so just as you can see, by taking a quick look, comparing all of these little Zords next to the huge Artillatron, it's a massive, massive Megazord. So, just going to take a very quick look at each of the Turbo Zords. We're going to start off with Turbo Zord number 1, the Red Lightning Turbo Zord. As you can see, an amazing looking sports car look. Obviously, is always going to be a favourite. It has to be said, they're a lot more simple than any of the other Zords that came before it. But yeah, I really love the Power Rangers Turbo Zords. In any case, they're not my all-time favourite Zords, but they're definitely up there, as, you know, I remember them so much as a kid watching the Power Rangers Turbo movie. So yeah, obviously this Zord was piloted first by Tommy, the original Turbo Red Ranger, and then later on by TJ. Shift into Turbo. Next up we have Turbozord number 2. This is probably one of the coolest looking Turbozords, and it's definitely the biggest and the heaviest. It's got this huge metal piece here, which is really nice, so that adds a lot of weight to the actual Zord itself. It has these really nice wheels. Two of these back ones are different. Now, they're different because this is where the actual arms click into. With these Zords, just like Artillatron, the stickers are really nice condition. The Zords themselves are really nice condition. And yeah, we have this nice little piece on the back, which forms the ramp. Really nice. So that's the Mountain Blaster Turbozord. So next up, we have the Green Ranger Zord. This is Desert Thunder. It's kind of like a Jeep. One of the more simpler Zords in this range. Now this piece raises up at the back and basically forms the foot, or one of the feet at least. Be a bit weird if it just had one foot. So we have this piece here as well, which makes it so it has a little hole in the top, so you can fit the rest of the Megazord together. Awesome stuff. I like this Zord. Very simple design, but still keeps within the theme of the rest of the Zords being cars, obviously. So next up, the Doonstar Turbozord, which is piloted by the Yellow Ranger. As we can see, still got the nice number 4 sticker on the top. Exactly the same, or almost exactly the same as the Green Rangers, but there is some notable differences. As you can see on the hood, that's slightly different. And the back windows, slightly different as well. So yeah, that's the Doonstar Turbozord for the Yellow Ranger. And finally we have the Pink Ranger Zord, which is the Wind Chaser Turbozord. There we go, with stickers on top again. I like the design of this one, very cool. This one basically splits in half and forms the two arms. Now in the show, when it splits in half, I think the Pink Ranger would always have to be careful that she didn't fall out of this Zord when it opened up, you know. So yeah, let's put this back together. Alright, so let's make a little bit more space to transform this into Megazord mode. We will first start with Turbozord number 2. Now, you raise these, and then basically they have these little metal kind of pins, I guess, or rods that open up, and then they will just click into the legs eventually. Next up, we have to actually separate this a little bit. So that opens up like so. The ramp opens down like that. So that's how it looks. Next up, we'd have the Doonstar and the Desert Thunder. They would both be driving along in the show. They'd spin around. The feet pieces would raise up like so. These pieces would come up at the back. And then finally, the Blue Ranger Zord then would click in to both of these pieces, like so. Getting ready for the Pink Rangers, which then splits in half. The hands turn out from the inside, like so. There is also these little pegs that come out for the side on both of these, like that. Then the Pink Ranger Zord flies down the side. They click into place, as you can see. Always sets up for the Red Lightning Turbozord to come flying off a mountain in every single shot, or pretty much every single shot, from what I can remember. It always comes flying off a mountain, locks in place. This kind of clamps down, and then raises up. This piece comes back around the side like so, and then locks the head into place. Piece needs to raise up to complete the look of the Turbo Megazord. I love this You know, it just has an awesome look to it. You know, say what you will about Power Rangers Turbo, but I love it, and I love the Turbo Megazord that came out of it as well. And it has this awesome attack. Now, I am missing two main pieces to this Megazord, unfortunately, which is the sword and the shield. If anyone has a spare sword and shield, please let me know, and I will really appreciate either I can buy them off you or trade or something. If you have a spare one, that's great. I would love that to complete my Megazord. And it would race towards the enemy, such as Dark Spectre in the movie. It would destroy them with a single slash. I think it's a really cool finisher. I think maybe in the show at one point, the Turbo Megazord actually did have these weapons of Artillatrons attached to it. So the weapons, they have these little kind of pieces that fold down like so. But yeah, in any case, you can attach the weapons of Artillatrons to the actual Turbo Megazord as well. So awesome stuff. Just like in, I think it was just literally one scene or one episode. It might have been 2 episodes where it's done this, but I seem to remember at least at one point this Turbo Megazord actually having the weapons of Artillatron. Like I said, usually it's just the Rescue Megazord that actually uses these, but a cool twist in that episode. I think that completes our look at Artillatron and the Turbo Megazord. Stay tuned for updates in the future. So, if you did enjoy this video, and you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe, and why not check out some of my other videos next. I'll see you in the next one. Shift into Turbo.